evening. I'm T. Selvi, a healthcare professional. I have with me here a world-renowned medical nutritionist, Dr. Vishwaroop Roy Chowdhury, all the way from New Delhi, India. He has just completed the fourth successful diabetes residential reversible tour program in Malaysia. We have during this program both local and international participants where they came all the way from UK, Australia, Mauritius, Yemen, Singapore, Dubai, and India. I'm very honored and privileged to interview Doctor immediately after the fourth program to give the audience a clear picture of what's happening. Doctor, good evening, Doctor.
Good evening.
Can I ask you, can I start the question?
Sure.
Yeah. My first question to you would be, Doctor, what is your vision, mission, and goal towards the growing epidemic diabetes?
Yeah, the mission is very clear. That is freeing the humanity from three Ds: drugs, diabetes, and doctors.
It's very clear. Can I go on to the next question? Your approach towards treating this condition is not congruent with the conventional methods of prescribing drugs. What led you to such a decision or a program or a method?
Yeah, I can make it very simple. Let me simplify for you and for the audience as well. The moment we say diabetes is a disease, that is the conventional approach, and disease should be treated with some medicine. But if you see the medical literature, it is not classified diabetes as a disease, as an illness. It just means high level of the sugar in the blood. So it is not a disease at all. It is not classified. So if it is not a disease, so there is no question of treating it with the medicine. So there lies the basic difference. We have to cure a disease with the drug, but something which is not a disease. Why should we cure with the drug? Anybody who is a diabetes patient, it is not because of the drug deficiency. So it's because of lack of some drug, some medicine, he got that. So if it is not the lack of medicine, how a medicine, if I pour in the person, it will help in the cure.
So your basic principle is that diabetes is not a disease. It is just a high level of sugar in the bloodstream.
Yes, as simple as that.
Right. I'll go on to the third question. There are two parts to this question. Can all complications related to diabetes be reversible?
Yeah, actually, it is all about reversing the complication first, and that leads to the high blood sugar coming back to normal. For example, if somebody is having a high sugar in the blood, the cause can be the resistance of the skin or the fat, insulin resistance, what it's called, or the cause can be the pancreas not producing enough insulin, or the cause could be there can be some tumorous growth in the pancreas, or the cause could be the person can be too obese. There can be many causes, right? So addressing the cause is the answer.
Right. So having said that, doctor, I could go on to the next part which says that how strong is your take on this underlying principle? Is that what is guiding your program?
What kind of principle are you talking about?
What just now you said that it is diabetes can be is reversible. The complications are reversible, and you gave an explanation to that. Is that your underlying principles and guidelines guiding you on your program?
Yeah, all the body is made up of cells, millions of cells we know, and every day thousands of cells die and thousands of new cells formed, right? And when any organ functions less than optimum,
Okay.
this means some part of the cells are already dead.
Yeah.
Right? But as we understand that cell can revive, new cell can generate, if we give a right condition
Yeah.
to the surrounding of that body part.
Yeah.
So that is all about the cure. So curing the underlying condition,
Yeah.
curing the part, the high blood sugar led to certain kind of condition.
Yeah.
Reversing that condition will also reverse the high level of sugar. It will come back to normal.
Right.
So that is right.
Thank you for this clear explanation. Could I ask you the next question is the ACP guideline which you are aware of, Doctor, which came about in 6th of March 2018. Do you agree with the four statements in the ACP guideline? And does it support your vision and mission?
Yeah, ACP guideline, as you know, it came on 6th of March 2018.
Yeah.
But in line with that guideline, we released a book called Last Days of Diabetes in 2015.
Right.
That is 3 years back,
Yeah.
where we stated that any blood sugar under 14 millimole per liter
Right.
should be called as normal.
Yeah.
We stated much before that, as much
Yeah.
as 3 years before that. So now the guideline, which is now very official,
Yeah.
ACP guideline, that American College of Physician guideline, it says that roughly about 244 mg per deciliter, or roughly about 13.9 millimole per liter. It is very much very close to what we have predicted, what we have already proven 3 years, much 3 years before what ACP guideline, before the launch of ACP guideline. So, and the second thing, we already used to tell our patient, it has been about 5 or 6 years, that the drugs can control or lower the blood sugar, but drugs cannot cure you. In the process of controlling the blood sugar, making it down, it makes you even more ill. So high blood sugar is bad, but trying to reduce it with drugs is worse.
Right.
So this we have been advocating, educating our patients for last 6 years or so. And ECP guideline, the first guideline, if you read, it says the same thing. It now discourages the doctor from prescribing medicine. Only in rare condition, that too for a temporary period,
Yeah.
the doctor should prescribe the medicine, that too with lot of care. So this means the kind of protocol which we used to follow in this guideline very much goes with the same protocol. So now with this guideline become official,
Right.
it is one more support to
Yeah.
our mission.
So awesome. It supports and complements your vision and vision
Yes.
or your teachings.
Yes, yes.
Then, Doctor, I would like to ask you another question. It's a bit emotional. What can you say to cancer patients who, upon newly diagnosed, they sort of lost your hope and they feel that the world is coming to an end for these people? So, what is your take
Yeah.
on that?
So something, cancer is it can be very very interesting. Uh, one should not be fearful, scary about cancer. So the very thought of cancer, it brings a lot of fear and tears among the people. A kind of phobia. Cancer means death. But the truth is, like diabetes, cancer is not a disease. Cancer just means that some of the cells, they start multiplying too much, more than the normal speed. That is cancer. And interestingly, each one of us, including me, including you, we are at any point of time having a lot of cancer cells in our body.
Right.
Right? So, but those cancer cells, they grow to a certain extent, then our body overpowers. That's how it is. So rather, not having cancerous cell can cause early death. Right? So cancer is not something to be feared of, but the knowledge how it spreads and how we can control it.
Right.
If you can understand it,
Yeah.
then you understand that you don't die of cancer, you die of cancer medication, cancer treatment.
So, in this conversation that we are having, this interview, then can I safely say to these thousand viewers who are watching us that the take-home message would be that food should be plant-based and also consumed in its natural raw state, so that we can eventually witness a total eradication of the lifestyle disease.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the very sentence lifestyle disease. If you see very closely, lifestyle. You have a style in your life. Your style is a eating style, living style, and that style is causing a disease.
Yeah.
The moment you change the style, the illness vanishes.
Vanishes.
And now, if you talk of Kuala Lumpur, if you talk of New Delhi, if you talk of Ho Chi Minh, if you talk of Dhaka, wherever I have my centers, everywhere the lifestyle is same, exactly same. That is trying to be too dependent on processed food, trying to too dependent on something which is bottled, something packed, and no surprise that in these cities the disease is prevalence is almost similar: diabetes, heart disease, cancer. So what we do, we change the style of life. The moment we change it, body gets the right nutrition, and within a matter of few days, I'm not saying few weeks or few months, within a matter of few days, the person starts reversing the symptoms, reversing the total blood homeostasis, and that is just like miracle. But every time it happens, human body is like a miracle. So even if the person is suffering from last several years, it may take few days if the person is on a right nutrition. And when I say right nutrition, it just means a plant-based diet.
From your explanation, which is so intense, What is that is stopping a layperson who, say, for example, is a cancer or a family of a cancer patient, to stop them from believing or trusting in what you are saying? What is holding them back? What's the obstacle?
That is a lack of knowledge. Human beings are not the intelligent being. Human beings are emotional beings. And emotion doesn't go with logic. Emotion, how you develop emotion? When you see certain kind of things again and again and again. If somebody keeps on repeating certain thing to you, you find an emotion in it, right? So since childhood, we have been seeing all around that there is no solution for cancer, there is no solution for diabetes. So when we see a lie several times, brain labels that as a truth, right? Brain labels as a fact, and that is emotionally attached without logic. Just repetition makes us believe that this is true. However, the kind of uh, science which I'm talking about, evidence-based science, that is a plant-based diet can help you reverse a disease within a matter of few days. But however, it is true, it has been proven, but it is never been repeated among the humanity, among the public, because the media is playing a role. Media repeats only those things for which it is paid for, and is paid for by only the drug companies. So the drug companies want to believe that one can save their life only through drug. There should not be no media.
Well, Doctor, it was a very wonderful opportunity to be with you. And we as a whole, population of Malaysia as a whole, we would pray and hope that all your visions and come true, and that diabetes will be eradicated and will be a free diabetic world. Thank you very much.